Could this be it? Could Daniel really be holding the lost Montana-era coin worth millions? He decided to have it examined, carefully placing it in a soft plastic case. He drove several hours to the nearest coin convention in Denver. The convention hall buzzed with collectors and dealers from around the country. Tables were covered in silver dollars, ancient coins, and rare cents worth thousands. But when Daniel showed his Montana quarter to a professional grader, the expert froze. He adjusted his glasses, leaned closer, and turned the coin slowly in his hand. "Where did you get this?" the man asked, his voice trembling slightly. Daniel explained his story, his grandfather's drawer, the dusty pouch, the endless nights of curiosity. The grader called over 2 more experts, and soon, a small crowd formed around them. They whispered to each other, took turns inspecting the coin, and then looked back at Daniel with awe. "This," the first grader said, "is something we've only heard about in rumors. It's not just a mint error. It's one of the rarest modern coins in American history. You might want to sit down." Daniel's heart pounded. The grader continued. "This Montana quarter was struck on an experimental metal blend, one the mint tested for only a few hours before discontinuing. It was never supposed to leave the facility. Somehow, one coin did, and this is it." The room fell silent. People began taking pictures, murmuring about its value, its mystery, and the miracle that it had survived in perfect condition all these years. A few weeks later, after verification from the professional coin grading service, the news broke across the internet. Rare 2007. Montana quarter found, estimated worth $17 million. The story spread like wildfire. Every news outlet wanted an interview. Collectors from around the world called to make offers. The coin that once bought a piece of candy was now worth more than luxury cars, mansions, and entire businesses combined. People began scouring their own collections, searching every pocket. Coin dealers reported a surge in interest in the 2007 Montana quarters. Even regular ones, worth just 25 cents, began selling for a few dollars online. The legend of the rare Montana coin had reignited America's passion for collecting. Experts later explained that what made this coin so valuable wasn't just the error itself, but the mystery surrounding it. The Montana quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, one of the most popular coin series in U.S. history. Each design celebrated a state's culture and heritage. And Montana's design, the bison skull and open land, symbolized strength and the endless frontier. Yet, out of hundreds of millions produced, this one coin had escaped normality. It represented chance, fate, and rarity in their purest forms. When collectors look for rare coins, they often chase after age, coins from the 1700s, 1800s, ancient civilizations. In the vast land of Montana, known for its endless skies and rugged beauty, there lies a legend not of mountains or cowboys, but of a tiny piece of metal that changed one man's life forever. It all began with an ordinary day, in a small town surrounded by rolling hills and the whispering wind. The morning sun poured over the open plains, and as people went about their day, no one could have guessed that a rare coin, a simple Montana quarter, would soon become the center of one of the most astonishing discoveries in coin history. The year was 2007, and the United States Mint had released a special quarter to honor the state of Montana. It featured a bison skull with proud horns, set against the outline of the state's open landscape. The words, "Big Sky Country," stood proudly beneath, capturing the spirit of freedom and wilderness that defines Montana. Millions of these quarters entered circulation, just like any other coin, used for coffee, groceries, parking meters, and countless little exchanges that people hardly noticed. But among those millions, there existed one, a single piece, that was unlike any other. Some say it was struck on the wrong metal. Others believe it was a prototype, created by mistake and never meant to be released. But what no one can deny is that this coin somehow escaped into the world. carrying a secret that would make it worth $17 million today. Our story follows a man named Daniel, an ordinary coin collector from Wyoming, who loved searching through change jars and old boxes for hidden treasures. Daniel wasn't rich. He didn't own fancy equipment or special tools. But he had passion, the kind that kept him up at night, sorting through coins by the dim light of his desk lamp. One cold evening, while cleaning out his grandfather's old drawer, he came across a small pouch filled with coins from the early 2000s. Most were common state quarters, nickels, dimes, nothing special. But as he brushed the dust off one particular coin, something caught his eye. The shine was unusual. It wasn't like the others. The metal looked brighter, more refined, almost as if it had been preserved perfectly through time. On the front, the coin bore the proud image of a bison skull, the Montana design from 2007. But when Daniel tilted it under the light, he noticed something even stranger. The edge of the coin was thicker on one side, and there was a tiny, almost invisible minting error near the date. His pulse quickened. He had studied enough coin books to know that small imperfections can sometimes mean huge value. He grabbed his magnifying glass and examined it closely. Montana, 1889. Big Sky Country. 2007. He whispered to himself. Everything looked normal, yet something about it didn't feel normal at all. It had a mysterious aura, as if it carried a story deeper than its design. Over the next few days, Daniel couldn't stop thinking about the coin. He began researching online, diving into collector forums, real.
The story of the 1 cent coin of America is not just a simple tale of a small piece of metal. It is a journey through history, culture, economics, and mystery. A coin that was originally meant to be ordinary has, over the years, turned into a symbol of rarity and extreme value. For many people around the world, this coin is nothing more than a penny, a tiny piece of currency that holds little purchasing power. But for collectors, historians, and treasure hunters, this 1 cent coin has become a legend, something that could be worth not just a few dollars but millions. Imagine holding something so small in your hand and realizing that it could change your life forever, that a coin you once ignored could actually make you rich beyond your dreams. That is the power of the American 1 cent coin when it is rare, special, and historically significant. When we talk about rare American coins, the 1 cent is always at the top of the conversation. Over the decades, the design of the cent has changed, the metal composition has changed, and even the minting errors have created versions of this coin that are so rare that they sell for extraordinary sums of money. For example, certain Lincoln cents from the early 20th century have been auctioned for prices exceeding $1 million. Just imagine, something that was originally meant to buy candy or a newspaper could now buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even secure your financial future forever. This is what makes the 1 cent coin so fascinating and so powerful. Collectors around the world are constantly on the hunt for these rare pennies. The story usually begins with a simple question: what makes a coin rare? The answer is not just age, though age plays an important role. Rarity can come from a minting mistake, such as a coin struck with the wrong date, the wrong metal, or even an unusual design. Sometimes rarity comes from a coin being produced in extremely small numbers. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. The coin becomes highly desirable and its value skyrockets. The American 1 cent coin has several examples of such rarities, and each one has a story that excites collectors and inspires new generations of treasure seekers. Consider the famous 1943 copper cent. During World War II, the United States Mint decided to make pennies out of steel coated with zinc because copper was needed for the war effort. Almost all 1 cent coins in 1943 were steel, but a few were accidentally struck in copper. These coins are now so rare that if you find one, you could be holding a fortune in your hand. One of these coins sold for over $1 million at auction. Imagine that, a coin worth 1 cent on its face. but in reality worth more than an entire house or luxury apartment. This is why people treat the 1-cent coin as a hidden treasure chest. Another famous example is the 1909 SVDB penny, the very first Lincoln cent. This coin was minted in San Francisco and had. Those silver nickels are very valuable today. Number 1 lucky in the world because I buy this. Coin in $1 million. If you want to sell this coin, watch this full video and comment now. In my hand today, I am holding a truly fascinating piece of American history. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but the story behind it makes it far more than just 5 cents. This is a Jefferson nickel, a coin that has been in circulation for decades in the United States, and it carries with it not only monetary value but also historical and collectible significance. The reverse side of this coin proudly displays Monticello, the beautiful home of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design has become iconic in American coinage, instantly recognizable by collectors and historians alike. What makes this coin so interesting is not only the design, but also its age, condition, and sometimes the small, minting details that can transform an ordinary nickel into a rare and highly valuable treasure. Certain Jefferson nickels are worth far more than their face value, sometimes fetching hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auctions, depending on their year of minting, mint mark, and errors during production. Coins with unique die variations, double strikes, or minting flaws have become some of the most sought-after pieces in the numismatic world. When we look closely at this coin, we see the Latin phrase e pluribus unum written across the top, meaning out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the American states forming one nation. Below it, we see the domed building of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, representing his legacy and his deep connection to the foundations of the country. At the bottom, the words United States of America and 5 cents remind us of its face value. But to collectors, its worth can go far beyond that simple denomination. Nickels like this one have been part of American life since 1938, and over the decades, they have seen small changes in design and detail. Some years are particularly rare, such as the wartime nickels minted between 1942 and 1945. That contains silver instead of nickel due to wartime shortages. Those silver nickels are very valuable today, especially in pristine condition. In addition, certain errors, like overmint marks or double dies, can make even a regular year coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The coin you are looking at could be one of those hidden gems. Many people carry coins like this in their pocket every day without realizing their true potential. A Jefferson nickel could be a key to a fortune if it happens to be a rare year, a low mintage, or a unique error. That's why collectors and enthusiasts always check carefully, examining details with magnifying glasses to uncover secrets that most eyes overlook. Thanks for watching this video. The coin you are looking at could be one of those hidden gems. Pocket every day without realizing their true potential. A Jefferson nickel could be a key to a fortune if it happens to be a rare year, a low mintage, or a unique error. That's why collectors and enthusiasts always check carefully, examining details with magnifying glasses to uncover secrets that most eyes overlook. What makes coin collecting so exciting is the idea that treasures are hidden in plain sight. A simple coin, something we often ignore, could carry within it a story of history, economy, and value that stretches back decades. This coin, with Monticello engraved on it, connects us to Jefferson's time, to the early ideals of America, and to the artistry of coin design that has fascinated generations. For some collectors, coins like these are not just currency. They are works of art, miniature sculptures that tell the story of a nation. Imagine finding out that a coin like this, something you might have once thought of as just spare change, could actually be worth a small fortune. Some rare Jefferson nickels have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. especially those in mint state condition or with unique errors. The thrill of discovering one of these coins is what keeps collectors searching and checking every piece they come across. So the next time you come across a nickel, don't overlook it. Take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history and, who knows, maybe even a hidden treasure that could change your life. This simple coin, the Jefferson nickel, with Monticello shining proudly on the reverse, is more than just 5 cents. It is a reminder that value can be hidden in the smallest of places, waiting for those who pay attention to discover it. The coin you are looking at could be one of those hidden gems. Many people carry coins like this in their pocket every day without realizing their true potential. A Jefferson nickel could be a key to a fortune if it happens to be a rare year, a low mintage, or a unique era. That's why collectors and enthusiasts always check carefully, examining details with magnifying glasses to uncover secrets that most eyes overlook. What makes coin collecting so exciting is the idea that treasures are hidden in plain sight. A simple coin, something we often ignore, could carry within it a story of history, economy, and value that stretches back decades. This coin, with Monticello engraved on it, connects us to Jefferson's time, to the early ideals of America, and to the artistry of coin design that has fascinated generations. For some collectors, coins like these are not just currency. They are works of art, miniature sculptures that tell the story of a nation. Imagine finding out that a coin like this, something you might have once thought of as just spare change, could actually be worth a small fortune. Some rare Jefferson nickels have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Let us first behold its appearance. Across the upper curve of the coin are inscribed the immortal Latin words, out of many, one. These words, which capture the spirit of unity from which the young republic was born, are etched into the very character of this coin. Beneath those words rises the proud image of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical mansion in Virginia. It is rendered with symmetry and balance, a miniature engraving of columns, steps, and domed roof that for generations has served as the central symbol of the Jefferson nickel. Below it, the name of that estate is carefully written, Monticello, and beneath that the simple declaration of value, 5 cents. Finally, along the base, the words that seal its national identity, United States of America. It is, at once, a work of art, a token of exchange, and a relic of American pride. The Jefferson nickel first entered circulation in 1938, replacing the earlier Buffalo nickel that had served the nation for 25 years. Its introduction marked a transition in design, from the rugged imagery of the American frontier to the dignified profile of a statesman. The obverse of the coin depicts Thomas Jefferson himself, his gaze turned slightly, his hair tied back, his countenance reflecting both strength and thoughtfulness. The reverse, of course, is Monticello, his architectural creation, a symbol of both his intellect and his home. The design was created by Felix Schlag, a German-born sculptor, whose vision of Jefferson's legacy continues to live on through this coin. Schlag's work was selected after a public competition, and though it underwent some refinements, his artistry remains a cornerstone of American numismatics. But what makes this particular coin so fascinating, so captivating to collectors and historians, is the potential rarity hidden within it. Not all Jefferson nickels are equal. Some, minted in vast numbers, are common still today, their value no greater than the 5 cents etched upon them. Yet others, produced in smaller quantities, struck with subtle variations, or born from minting errors, have become treasures of extraordinary worth. To the trained eye of the numismatist, these details, barely perceptible to the casual observer, can elevate a coin from mere change to a fortune of thousands, even millions, of dollars.